Hello, you lot. How's it going? Thought we'd have a proper appreciation for this monster truck. It's a channel members. They've bought a few cars off me in the past. Talk fairly often, things like that. And I heard a few things about this car. And they said about the new engine in it, they want me to run it in and things like that. Okay, whatever. Today, I've done that this morning, went and ran it in. And it runs brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But I thought, I was looking at it while I was waiting for it to run in. I'd do the 4 tanks on the, sitting still, 4 tanks driving. And there's a few things I noticed about it. And I thought, well, let's talk about them. So, this truck has had a lot of time spent on it. And I think probably some blood, sweat and tears. There isn't much on it which is standard anymore. I think probably just the chassis is probably the standard part. You got the standard Nitro tank, but the shocks, they're all different. So I think this is what happens when you have a combination of boredom and just, I don't know, an obsession of parts. But it's quite well done. Now, I will say, it doesn't drive all that well, in my opinion, but we'll go on to that. So we've got aluminium axles, we've got aluminium skid plate, aluminium bumper, we've got an aluminium cage that goes all the way up and around. I don't really know what these are for, there's one either side. The original Savage X chassis, aluminium tank guard. There's been a spoiler sort of retrofitted, jerry rigged on, whatever you want to say, which, that's interesting, it does the job. The body post needs to be higher to accommodate the Gravedigger shell, and obviously he thought to himself, well, I put a spoiler on there, so that's what he'd done. The shocks don't seem to be standard Savage shocks, but they might be. I don't think they are. I think there's something different. I'm not sure, I didn't ask, but I think that the diffs and the gearbox are standard. I don't think they've got different gears, different, internals is the word I'm looking for. But they might have, I'm not sure. It doesn't drive like it has, but it might have. I don't know a huge amount about this truck, only really what I'm seeing. So there's a lot of different things that have been changed. That's been painted. Obviously this has all been changed to accommodate the shell. That's the engine, that's a new engine. Something happened to the old one, I can't remember what he said happened to it. He did show me it and we talked about it. I think the rod come out the side of it or something happened, or it ran out of compression or something. It's got twin exhausts on it, aluminium bumper on the back, aluminium skid plate, aluminium axles again, aluminium, name of those skips me blue mind now, turnbuckle things. Little aluminium bits everywhere. It's got the voltage indicator underneath. Oh, it's got some lights as well that go along here for some reason. That's probably what that plug's for. Put a battery on there and they probably light up. And then we can see the aluminium axles, the aluminium skid plate, and also the aluminium I don't know, centre skid plate we'll call that. Belly pan. I mean, I call them belly pans, but you lot seem to like calling them skid plates, don't you? Whereas I call them belly pans, but they are what they are. Yeah, this had a lot of work done to it. Knuckles. Now, compared to one thing I have noticed with it, I don't think the diffs and the gearbox are all that healthy. I think they might need a bit of attention, and that's not for me to do. because sometimes it's fine and other times it locks up. It did that a few times when I was running it in. It locked up a couple of times and you have to sort of jiggle it around and then it'll go again. That's typical of either bearings that have gone and the gears are flopping about, or a lot of you like to go on about shims and things, so it could be to do with the shim. Maybe it needs shimming, I don't know. I've never shimmed a Savage gearbox in my entire life. I've never had to, and I've never had the desire to. But that could be a problem. Obviously gears can't have any flopping around, they've got to be pretty solid, otherwise they will start to bind up. It's just the way gears are. So it could be an issue with that, but that's not an issue that I'm here to mend. I did notice that a few times though. Compared to a standard Savage, and now this is the closest to a standard Savage that I've got. I kept this completely standard up until quite recently, about 5 years ago. As an adult, in my adulthood times, I decided to be a little bit of an idiot, and I put some aluminium axles on and purple exhaust and a little purple thing there for some reason. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I did. So it's not standard anymore, but I have still got the plastic axles, everything. So I'm really tempted, and I think I probably will in the very near future put those axles back and put the old exhaust back on and bring it back to standard again, because I'm kind of learning a lesson that they are better when they're standard. But there we go. So compared to a standard Savage, obviously we haven't got a roll cage on the standard one. You just get this little roll bar, which is also a handle, which is really good. These are supposed to be plastic and they hold up very well when they are plastic. But yeah, so the only trouble is when you start adding metal parts everywhere, metal axles, metal this and metal that, they might be stronger than before, so the weak points move around, you know. So whereas before, for example, your axle might have been the weakest point and that might snap in half, which will then take all the pressure off of other parts. Well, if you've made that stronger, the problem then goes to the other parts, so something else will break. You know, you might have a diff case break instead, for example. So you've got to be careful when you're adding stronger parts. You know, a lot of people get stuck in the mindset of, oh, I'll add stronger parts, it'll make the whole car stronger. Not necessarily the case. The weak points move to a different place, sometimes a more expensive or more difficult place to get to. Blimey, I tell you what, the last 3 days have been an absolute, just a blur. The last thing I know is I was standing here talking to you lot about the differences between a standard 21 and that fairly highly modified X, and then all of a sudden just got whisked away, you know, by the wife. Do this, do that, do this, do that, my friends are coming over, do this, do that. 3 days later I'm back here and I'm just like, don't know what's going on. I ain't got a clue what I was saying. I know what the topic was, but what I was saying and what I said, I can't remember. So anyway, that's that. Hopefully I said something remotely useful. All I know is I've got a mug of coffee, a ginger biscuit, ginger nut, oh I know. Right, there's a box on the floor. That one has got to go in that box before I fall asleep, and then I've got to post it back off to the bloke who owns it. What do I don't know where I'm coming or going. What I want to do, that's what I want to do. Well, there's a sight if you've ever seen one. One box, 2 Savages, don't worry, I'm going to make sure it's well and truly padded. It's full of wheels and tyres and things that I just don't need, and also got a box that I'm filling up with bits and bobs that I also don't need. Maybe it's a sneaky glorified fly tip. No, I'm only joking. Listen, things that are too good to put in the bin, but I just don't need. I'm not going to need any. Well, it's one of them things, isn't it? The things that you keep, I keep a lot of stuff. You keep it because you think, oh, I'll need that one day. It might come in handy one day. But it doesn't come in handy for a long, long time. So eventually you think, bloody stuff is in the way. I'll pass it on to someone who might be able to use it now. And then, I don't know, week, 2 weeks down the line, something happens and you go, I've got that. And you go, oh, I haven't got that anymore because I gave it away. It's typical. It's the way it is. Part of life. But anyway, there's air filters in that box. There's all sorts of things. Servos that I don't need. There's all sorts of things going in that box. The amount of wheels and tyres in that box, in the other box, is unbelievable. I had a big bag that I completely forgot I had. I found it in the back of the shed the other day. Big bag of wheels and tyres that I just won't use because I don't use the cars often enough to wear any bloody tyres out. So there's bags of wheels and tyres that I've got from job lots and other things over the years. They're going in there because I reckon Mr. Simon will be able to use them. That's for sure. I reckon he will. He's got millions of cars. Right, it's one of them days again today. I had 2 brand new reels of tape. They've completely vanished. I can't tape up the bloody box and I want it out of my way. I want it posted off ASAP. Anyway, listen, I'll leave this with you a minute. You decide whether this is a case of a company not checking what they've put on their products, or if this is supposed to simply say what it says to spread good vibes. This is a pencil that I found in my toolbox just now when I was trying to find the tape. Don't know why it's in the toolbox, but it is. And it appears to be like a Christmassy themed pencil, but it says on it, Happy Day. Happy Day. Not happy days. Happy day. Is that meant to say happy birthday? Or have a happy day? Or just happy day? I ain't got a clue. I see it and I sort of had to look twice. I was like, happy day? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it can be a happy day. Or is it a common case of China or somewhere else not doing their translation check properly? Who knows? But anyway, have a happy day, you lot. Yeah, so I need to go and buy some tape to get that posted off. I was going to call it an evening because it's night time now, and I'm just trying to wrap a load of stuff up because it is the way that it goes. I start something and then I'll get called away, you know, can you do this, can you do that? And if I say, hold on a minute, can I just finish something? Then I get the old, oh, you never do this, you never do anything, you never do that. Right, so I have to, whatever it is I'm doing, I have to forget about it and go and do whatever she wants me to do. And then, but the trouble is, I get all this stuff that's not finished everywhere. So I'm just trying to tie up all the loose ends. I've got the box packed, I can't find the tape, so I need to do that. I've done all that, I've done some other stuff that doesn't really concern you. The one other thing that I was in the middle of doing the other day was me chainsaw. So I was in the middle of cutting some trees down for somebody else, as always, and my chainsaw broke. Now I think the thing's broken on it, so it's gonna. That's a brand new. What they call it? The what's it that holds the chain on? This brand new one. Probably used it 5 times. I think it's just broken again. Anyway, so I was in the middle of trying to fix that, and I got called away again. So I'm gonna make me chainsaw while I'm at it. Get that done, hopefully, anyway. But that doesn't concern you because this isn't a chainsaw channel. I am gonna make a video on the chainsaw. So if you want to see the video of me mending the chainsaw, find it somehow. So I'll catch you lot later on. All the best, you lot. All the bloody best. I always wish you lot the best because you're all the best. You know what I mean? Yeah, not that else I need to say in this video. That's pretty much it. I can't remember what I said before 3 days ago. This could be literally a 3-minute long video, or it could be, I don't know, it could be 2 hours. I don't know what I did. I did literally blank as a piece of snow. See you later. Don't let people take you for granted. and we'll have a nice happy life together. I need a new sound. I'm sick of that one. What else can I say? Don't forget. See you later.